All right, welcome back to another episode of Overreacting. No Booker, but I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Ace with us.
Yes, indeed. Ready for the action like Rihanna in the movie role. We reacting, you heard?
Listen, man, I already know, everybody's talking about the Diddy case. It's been, 7 weeks they've been on trial, waiting for the verdict. The verdict just came out today.
And did he do it?
I mean, according to the verdict, he didn't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? According to the charges, he was only hit with 2 guilty charges. But he was able to escape on most of the main charges, the one that was actually going to stick and give him the most life, the most prison sentences.
Well, I mean, it's probably hard for the charges to stick with all the baby oil and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Like, probably definitely true. Like, anyway, we want to get into this NBC News clip that we seen, basically highlighting everything that's been going on. We're gonna react. We're gonna listen to it, come back and give our thoughts on it.
Let's put this in perspective now that we know where Sean Combs has been found guilty and non-guilty. Let's put into perspective, Brian, on time he will serve. What are we looking at now with regard to years? Of course, we should point out there will be an appeal. He's got plenty of money to do that. But let's take it from where it stands right now.
Kira, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. I'm not even sure if I would say there would be an appeal, because for Sean Combs and his defense team, this is a massive win. 3 of the counts that had a life sentence possibility are gone. When it comes to transportation to engage in prostitution, the minimum is nothing. There's a theoretical possibility that he walks out on probation. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No, but the max is 10 years. Even if you were to take both sentences, and he's not going to get 10 years, they're going to look at his criminal history, mitigating circumstances, aggravating circumstances, and I would assume that he gets somewhere in the middle ground, maybe like 3 to 5 years, 3 to 6 years, possible through that sentencing range for each count. Sean Combs going to trial where he was facing life and being able to walk out with something under 10 years, well under 10 years possibly, that is a victory. Will he appeal? Sure, that's his right to do so, but I don't see an appeal here. I think you take this as a win, you serve the few years that you may get, and you be happy that you didn't get life. I'm somewhat shocked as to the trafficking for Cassie. I thought that might have been a stronger case for the government. I didn't think that they had the RICO, and I definitely didn't think they had the Jane trafficking. But this is, I think in only so many words, and I keep saying it, I think this is a positive result for Sean Combs and his team.
Again, you've been listening to what's going on, keeping up with everything. What's your thoughts on the whole the trial and everything that's happening with Diddy?
I feel like the dude that was delivering the news, man, he was in total shock. Like, you know what I mean? He had all his charges, and in the hood, when you get a federal charge, everybody tell you it's over for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only but so many people that beat federal charges, and they saying he about to get under 10 years. They say 3 to 6 years for each charge. I mean, he gonna appeal that. We don't know what's gonna happen with that, but I mean, listening to what they was trying to charge him with and the evidence they was presenting, it never seemed like it was going to add up to much, because they was basically trying to paint him as a monster, which, I mean, when it comes to domestic violence, we don't condone that, so that's wrong, but that's not what he was on trial for, you know what I'm saying? So I was always saying, like, it's looking like he's going to walk away, not scotch-free, but, I mean, for the most part,
For the most part, it is scotch-free, because, even with the verdicts that he did get, they talking about most likely he's going to be able to, because I think he gets sentenced in October, and they're going to talk about that's going to be count towards, like, time served. So he might not even get no real time in jail. It might be probation.
Yeah.
So, again, it's a victory for Diddy.
Yeah.
The only thing about it does ruin his career. That's the only downfall about this. It does, ruin his career.
Why you say that?
Because obviously everything that came out, you think somebody gonna want to associate and do business with Diddy after this? Like,
But it's not like Diddy's a rapper you gotta get in the future or whatever. Like he got big names under his belt that's going.
I think big names gonna distance themselves from Diddy. It's gonna take him a while to get back to where he was previously. Like, you think people just gonna be like, yeah, Diddy, yeah, boy, I'm back with businesses are gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
Well, I mean, what was Diddy? Diddy was just enjoying life for like the last few years, for real. He got the catalogs he got under his belt. He really don't have to work, bro.
No, he don't. But I'm just saying, as far as his business go, he had to spend a lot of money on this case. You know, he had the whole thing with the his liquor deal, Brandon deal. I think he had to get rid of that for the most part. So, like I said, he's still wealthy. Yes,
you know these rich people, bro. Getting rid of the brand just means stepping down and somebody else stepping up as the face. You know what I'm saying? Like rich people, you can't with his type of money, bro. There's really not much you could do to him unless you really lock him up.
With me, when I looked at the trial and you know what he was being charged with, and I think what the jury had to do was look at everything by definition. So if you say racketeering, that means you have to show clear proof of criminal activity, criminal organization.
Right.
I don't think there was enough there during the trial to show that this was a organized criminal activity type of situation. You know, he was engaging in these sexual activities. Obviously,
he just a freaky ass.
He is. You know, he is. So I don't think there was enough paper trail there to prove that money was going towards X, Y, and Z. Even a sex trafficking thing was hard to. That was tough because even with the Cassie situation and the other witnesses, the text message showed that it was consensual. Like, you know, at one point or the other, it was still consensual. Like, you know what I mean? He was now if he was on trial for being abusive and, you know, toxic and a narcissist and stuff, he would have been guilty. But if you're going by literal definitions, a lot of the things that he was on trial for, didn't show that. You know what I mean? The prosecutor didn't show that he was clearly in the wrong of doing these definitive actions. I think that's what the trial came down to. Like I said, whether it was, you know, you wanted Diddy to go to jail, you want him to be innocent. At the end of the day, you know, it just came down to literal definitions, and the jury thought there wasn't enough there to actually have those charges stick.
And at the end of the day, we really don't know what goes on in Hollywood. Now, I mean, a lot of people are a part of these things that he was doing. I mean, obviously they don't want to come out and support him or whatever, but I'm pretty sure behind the scenes, I mean, these people got a lot of money, bro. He got a lot. He's rubbing elbows with a lot of people. I mean, literally and physically. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it was always gonna be tough. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Did he beat a lot of cases, bro? I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
he's known for being cases, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Man,
at this point, the feds might just want to leave him.
Because you wasted taxpayer dollars at this point, right? You know? And it is unfortunate because you know, anybody that is in these situations where they are actually being sex trafficked and things of that nature, you want them to be brought to justice. You know what I mean? But when you have evidence on your side to show that a lot of this stuff was consensual, both parties wanted it. Some parties even requested it at times. You know what I mean? So it's hard to paint that narrative. And again, man, he served his trial. We're gonna see on October. I think somewhere in October they're gonna get the sentencing. And it's just a crazy situation. This whole trial is crazy, man. Like
I ain't gonna lie, man. We heard some crazy things coming out of these testimonials, and I mean, the crazy part is he gonna get right back to it. Like,
you think he gonna go back? Nah, ain't no way, bro. There's no way.
Bro, there was people outside the courtroom with baby on.
I mean, yeah, true, but I'm saying you think Diddy gonna go back and engage in these type of activities?
He's just gonna be smarter about it, bro. But he getting right back to it, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Well, he said, "Can't stop, won't stop," man.
And then you gonna use one of his quotes, like, "Yep." See, and that's why he was using that picture, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, I think, I don't know. I think it's a little too hot for him. Hopefully, this trial has.
I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. You want to take a cooling off period, but I think he just gonna move smarter. I mean, from what we see, he's already been moving smart. They couldn't get him with nothing for real. So I mean, you gonna step it up a notch with how you moving, and yeah, you just gonna be doing the same thing, bro. Like, it's not gonna stop nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know what I mean. I think more parties will be more, you know, aware, more private, and more aware. I hope that women don't just see somebody who's just a millionaire just because they got money, thinking, you know, I could take advantage of it, or I could, you know what I mean. Like, hopefully, women and men can be smarter and not being manipulated by people in positions of power. Like, I'm just being. it's awful. You know what I mean? So yeah, because you know you see stuff like this and you're like, I don't want to be a victim. You know what I mean? This you could very well be.
It's people. I told you, it was people outside the courtroom with baby all on, bro.
People who was being stupid. Like you know what I mean? Like you think they gonna go to a Diddy party? Like
yes, I absolutely think that. What you mean, bro? Come on, bro.
I don't know. I think people just being stupid.
Bro, there's a lot of people into what he's into, bro. I'm pretty sure there's a forum somewhere like
I sign up for like your application, like part of the
bro.
Yeah, they gonna make it like Squid Games. Like there's gonna be Diddy games and some shit like
underground. They gonna be underground with it.
Facts, yeah. But anyway, man, that was our thoughts. We're curious to see what do y'all think. Y'all think justice was served? Y'all think more charges should have stuck? What are your thoughts on the whole Diddy situation? You know, let us know in the comments. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here. We post content all the time, reaction videos. If y'all want our thoughts, y'all could send us reaction videos that y'all want us to, you know, react to. You know, Dailyrapupcrew across social media. Y'all can email us, dailyrapupcrew@gmail.com. You can hit Ace and myself up on Instagram, link in the description, and join the Patreon. We're gonna be over there live streaming more often. Y'all might be able to talk about stuff like this live. Like
we should have went live.
The verdict just happened. You motherfuckers might call in and like really be feeling some type of way. So
we should have went live with this one.
We probably should have went live. But make sure y'all hit the link in the description if you want to find out wherever we are, and we will see you on the next video.
You're ready. That's a wrap.